To all those people watching, I would like to remind everyone that this video is not made strictly for kids. It is for older fans and adults too. Enjoy the fucking video! This video is brought to you by my loyal patrons. Register now at any tier to watch new videos 1 month in advance before they're made public. Link is in the description. There are many animals that live on the island of Sodor. Some were quite friendly, some kept to themselves, but others are a pest, and there was one that was the worst of them all. Rabbits, said Thomas's driver. What do you mean, rabbits? Asked Thomas. His driver laughed. The fat controller had placed a speed limit by the farm on your branch line, Thomas, because of rabbits. They'd be building burrows underneath the line and made the ground unsafe. So we have to go slow until the embankment is strengthened. Thomas groaned. But it's the steepest part of the line, he protested. How shall I get up the hill when Annie and Clarabelle are full if I can't increase my speed? You'll manage, replied his fireman. Percy's trains are often heavier than ours. He won't like it very much. He didn't, and they saw the little green tank engine struggling up the hill with fully loaded trucks from the harbour. He struggled on and on with a mighty heave until he stopped halfway up. Percy was cross. Can your bus please? Called his driver. So Thomas was coupled up to him and pulled him into the station. Thank you, sighed Percy. The sooner the fat controller does something about those rabbits, the better, and Percy was inclined to agree. But it had been a few days since the speed limit was placed, and there hadn't been any sign of work being done to fix the line. The engines were annoyed by this, especially Thomas. He was a punctual engine and hated slowing down on the cutting. I had Henry bark at me all day with his connections, Thomas said crossly, and it's all because of that stupid speed limit. Next time I pass that sign, I'm just going forth with it. Don't be silly, scolded Toby crossly. If you hurry along that embankment, you might derail, and your passengers might get seriously hurt, and the fat controller will not be pleased by your negligence. I want to be on time, Toby. On time so that Henry and the other big engines can be quiet for once. They'll stop once they know about the embankment. I tried that all day, but being big-headed as they are, they can't be bothered to listen. The next day, Thomas puffed down his branch line and was trying to be on time. They soon came to the embankment. It can't be bad if I cross over it quickly, he huffed. But then there was trouble. As he crossed over the weak embankment, he felt the rails quivering under his wheels. Thomas was frightened. Help! He exclaimed. There was a crunch, and his wheels settled on the ballast. Luckily, Thomas stopped before Annie and Clarabelle came off the rails too. The guard went back to the nearest station to call for help. Thomas felt foolish by his action. Toby was shunting in the yard when the call came through. You can't take those trucks to the harbour now that the line is blocked, said the signalman, and he told him about Thomas. I warned him, groaned Toby crossly. Still, at least the passengers are safe. Please take some workmen and bring the coaches back here, and then help Thomas. So Toby did as he was told. He arrived with the workmen on board Henrietta. Thomas was a bit embarrassed to see him. He was coupled to Annie and Clarabelle, and then said, Serves you right for being silly, and he puffed away while the workmen unloaded their gear and prepared the site. The ground's not firm enough for a crane, they said, so we'll have to lift you with jacks, Thomas, so we can slide rails under your wheels, and Toby will pull you back onto firm rails. Toby arrived. Thomas was lifted from the jacks, the rails were placed under his wheels, then gently lowered down and placed a strong cable between him and Toby, and with a mighty heave, he was pulled back onto the rails. The fat controller came to watch, and he was not happy with Thomas. I understand it has been a few days, and I'm sorry for the delay, but it doesn't excuse you for being so careless. You should be thankful that none of the passengers are hurt. I shall tell you about the whole thing as well. As punishment, you will stay in your shed until I can trust you again.
Thank you, Toby, and I'm sorry about last night.
That's all right, smiled Toby.
The embankment was strengthened and the speed limit was removed, but Thomas was now more careful when crossing the embankment.